Alright, what's going on everyone? Supreme Kami over here. So let's actually go over what we have for the next week's upcoming events. Just going over some announcement over here. So we have the Warfare event, the Federation mass-produced mobile suit over here. So this time around we have another units from the Unicorn series over here. This is the Gustav Carl over here. So this one is going to be the Unicorn version. That's actually one from, if you guys can see, from the shout out to the Gundam Wiki over here. So there is actually one from the Hathaway Flash over here, but this one is actually going to be the Unicorns one over here. So this is a Warfare unit. Not much to really talk about over here. I don't think it's going to have anything crazy weaponry and whatnot. Armor, you got some Vulcan guns, two grenade launchers, some beam saber, beam rifle, and then 90 mm sword machine gun. Got some flexible shield and all that good stuff over here. So I think this is going to be pretty much it. So this time around, I decided to hop over to the Gundam Wiki just to give you guys a little bit more info. I think this is what I usually do, but this time around, I'm just having it as like the desktop version of it, so you guys can kind of, I guess, just read along with me as well if you guys still want to know a little bit more detail about these suits over here. So that's gonna be pretty much it for the warfare units over there. I'm pretty sure there are some pretty big fans of the Gustav Karl over here. I actually thought like the Gustav Karl is like the person's name because like I saw so many people talk about like is this the actual person's name, like piloting unit, or that's the mobile suit's name. But now I know it's the actual mobile suit name. That's yeah, quite funny on that one. But we do have um, so let's talk about the multiplier we have for this week. Keep this in mind that next week we're not gonna be getting this type of achievement reward over here. So just come down to the achievement over here. We're not gonna be getting this thing over here. We're not gonna get the for example, get the event points over here, and then you're gonna get these rewards over here. Because next week they are gonna be placed with. Let me go back to the announcement. Next week they are gonna be placed with the treasure. What is it? They are gonna replace it with the treasure mission. You guys can see you're gonna get some treasure tokens. So if you don't, let's say for example next week you don't summon for any of those new units, that's completely fine. Because you're not gonna get any bonus multiplier for getting those points anyway. So if next week is like a week you don't want to summon, or you don't like what are the two new units, you can just kind of skip it because you're not gonna get any more points for doing so, right? Anyways, let's talk about what we're gonna have as for two new brand new unit for next week. We're gonna get another Super Sokai Festival week next week again. This time around, we're gonna be featuring two heavily melee unit over here. We got the Blazing Gundam. This is gonna be our Gundam Breaker Battlogue first initial. I guess this one should be our second. Because we got the Helios already. This time around, this is the second unit that is debuting in the game right now. Blazing Gundam, and then we also have the Gundam J-J-N-J, Altron? Altron? Yeah, I think that's how you pretty much pronounce it. So you have one from the Build Diver series over here. So let's talk about the Burning Gundam or the Blazing Gundam first, shall we? All right, but before talking about, I do have it open in the Hobby Link Japan website because they actually give me a little bit more detail down the bottom, so I can just talk about just a little bit. Just do some speculation of whether or not this guy will have a mobile fighter tag, right? In terms of some core multiplier over here, like underneath this page over here, we can see what kind of accessory this guy will come in. So you're gonna get the 5 parts of the Gundam set, and then you're also gonna get a ton of weapon set over here as well. So that should be a pretty good sign, right? Before going to the whole detail, like the actual move, so let's kind of dive down over here and just read a little bit of it. This is the Gundam Breaker what? Where's the whole spelling of that Battlogue? You guys should know. Project linking Gundam and games. We'll be launching worldwide this summer. Original matcha for this plan are now being released as a high-grade model kits from Bandai. Able to be customized just like the game. Blazing Gundam customized with the concept of God Gundam's brother machine and inspired by the brothers pair such as Rising Gundam and Shining Gundam. So that's pretty much it. I just want to read about because this is like they say the brother type. So I do hope that this one will have mobile fighter tag because as you guys know, mobile fighter attack in this game does give you 10% melee attack and then 5% melee defense. So that's why a lot of people favor using that tag over, let's say, some of the other one. Presumably, if this guy does have the Blazing Gundam does have like a mobile fighter tag, I think this would be a big turnaround for what the tag would actually do. This one will be pretty huge because this one does come with a melee weapon, and as you guys have known, most of the G Gundam series unit does not have any, except for your Master Gundam that has the beam claw. So you can look at Shining Gundam, God Gundam, Rising Gundam. Like any of the any of the other 4 Shepherd Alliance unit does not have any sort of like melee weapons. So this is a big turnaround because you do have a beam, you do have a Tonfa for the Blazing Gundam. If this turns out to have a mobile fighter tag, I do hope that the Tonfa will at least have that mobile fighter tag, so that can alleviate some word tag issue that you might have, because like if this is if the 5 parts has the mobile fighter tag, I'm pretty sure that may be some sort of like liability. Because if you guys take a look at the Burning Gundam, Shining Gundam, Master Gundam, all the arm EX skills, all the arms has the EX skills, so it's not going to be too reliable because obviously a melee build you want to have the strongest arm possible. So ideally you want the arm to have part trays, so you can kind of have the two same melee parts together. But with all the so that's why what people are doing, they're not running the actual, let's say the Burning Gundam arm, Master Gundam arm, they're using something else, right? So in that regards, you're basically losing one tag out of the suit already. So what you need to do, you need to find some replacement, right? Let's say I think pilot wise you can kind of replace it with like a mobile fighter tag, so that's pretty much no problem. But with the addition of like a melee weapon, this can be a big turnaround. So I do hope this one will have it, but if not, I don't think it's gonna be that this would kind of solidifies that they will not make any non-G fighting G Gundam series unit to have like a mobile fighter tag. So that's just basic speculation right there. In terms of what this guy has, let me see if I can kind of make this a little bit bigger. As you guys can see, this one has a different mouse piece right here. This one is kind of like an open version. And then I think this one, okay, yeah. These two has a different mode. I don't know why they have a different face masking right there. Is this some sort of like awakening maybe? I don't know, but let's kind of go down the line over here in terms of the pictures. So that is going to be your Tanfa over here. I don't know if it's going to come with 2 or only single, but it doesn't really matter if it's going to come with like 2 or 1. But here's going to be all the weapons that you're going to have right here. Let me kind of zoom out a little bit right now. So it's going to be like a beam weaponry, I think, beam Tanfa, but they're not mentioning it as beam Tanfa right here. I think one EX skill you can kind of expect right off from this kit is going to be the leg EX skill. This one's going to be the blazing leg kick, probably. Maybe like make a name I just kind of thought of right now, but I think we can kind of for sure expect like a leg EX skill just because of this picture over here. Not really over like speculating it, because we do have like an official image right here. This is like quote unquote like your replica of like your Shining Gundam, or Shining Finger, excuse me. So this one is going to be your blazing leg then, I guess. But this is the beam Tanfa kind of hold in place right there, so pretty impressive, I guess. And then kind of scroll down a little bit further. I think that's pretty much it. This is just going to be a little bit more zoom in terms of the face mask over here. I think I like this one a little bit better. Yeah, I think this one is pretty much like a face guard, maybe. Yeah, this is literally like a face. Wait, no, this is a completely different headpiece. What? Interesting then. Yeah. So I don't know what kind of mode this one has, because on the Gundam Wiki there's no info yet. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be pretty much it for the you know, the blazing Gundam over here. So please man, make this guy a mobile fighter tag. So I think a lot of people will be really happy and would definitely summon for it if this one just turns out to have a you know, what is it, mobile fighter tag, because of this unit over here, it's kind of in like a weird spot, because obviously it's not like a main protagonist unit, so you're not gonna have pro tag. So the best you can do besides mobile fighter, you can throw in close combat, high mobility, and Gundam type. So I think those are pretty much the only thing you can kind of stuck this guy into. maybe you can kind of throw in like a for computer. Yeah, they can definitely throw it like a for computer, because this is coming off of like the dialogue series, so this is more of like a in-game type of stuff. So they can definitely throw in for computer, maybe high firepower for like a really up chance they might do that, but close combat, high mobility, low battery, of course. Every time when I record, so I think close combat definitely high mobility. I think is another must-have. I would say bring across mobile fighter, but if not, they'll probably throw in Gundam type or for computer. So that is gonna be my whole speculation for the Blazing Gundam over here. And then last but not least, we're gonna go over the J-Yun Altron over here. I'm probably butchering the name so wrong over here. So this one is gonna be coming out from the Build Diver series over here. So this is another one of your heavily melee units over here. Just by looking at the overall picture of this Avalon over here, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna expect there's gonna be like a big arm cutscene EQ because of this thing over here. I think this is gonna be, what is it? Your Wolf Ken and Tiger Ken as the gist of it. So I do kind of expect gonna be like a pretty good cutscene EQ coming out of this guy over here. Potentially maybe like a SS power type EQ power type. Just what we have from the what is it, the Helios. In terms of something you can kind of read about this, so this what is it? Behind a simple appearance, this Gunpla warrior conceals agility, cunning, and ferocity of a wild beast. So you can kind of get high mobility. I think that's what you can kind of predict coming up with this guy over here. Close combat is probably one you're gonna see. I'm guessing. I don't know if you're gonna get high firepower. I think I would think high firepower would definitely fit the overall theme because this is like a definitely like an overpowered type melee unit over here. I would assume. In terms of some other armament you have over here, J-Yen Shi over here, you have a twin J-Yen Fang, and then you have a J-Yen Breaker over here. I think this is the claw type over here, and then you have these two over here. So you can kind of see some special attack this guy will have over here. I think I'll just kind of gear down towards like the picture you have over here. So this is coming off of the episode 4. This is the, what is it? What did they call it? What did they call it? They call it the ultimate technique Ryuken Redo, or I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but this is more of like a fist type melee casting E skill we can kind of expect maybe. Let's kind of go down to over here. This is what is this one? This one is looking like a projectile beam attack coming off from the claw. All right. Up next we have like a dragon type thing over here. It's gonna be this one. Oh, it's actually the same technique. So 1, 2, 3. Huh. So I think this is in like a in terms of like the animation sequence. So you're gonna do this, this, and this. All right. That looks pretty cool, I guess. And then you have another one over here. This is just like literally like a, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like a projectile melee attack then, I think. Alright. Up next in terms of some attack up here, this is coming up from just literally the 2 claws. Alright. What do we have up next? Oh, he got the starter there. Okay. What else do we have next? Let's see. Oh, that's pretty much it. I don't think. Let me check the game. I don't think we're gonna get that as any sort of like attachments. No. So it's just gonna be that 5 parts, no melee, melee weapon attached on. So this is gonna be a pretty clean cut unit to just gonna get. So this is probably, I would say, the easiest one to pick up because you are only looking at 5 parts to begin with. So not gonna be too bad. I hope. But I think the main attention is probably coming out from the Blazing Gundam over here. So yeah, do let me know what are your thoughts in between these two units over here. Are you guys like a big fan of like the Blazing Gundam or the Jiyan Altron over here? I do predict they're gonna start rolling out another set of those 40% trait. Maybe this time around it's gonna be coming out from the arm. Maybe from the Blazing Gundam's Tonfa, I hope. If that's the case, I'm definitely going for it because like I said last week about, was it the double quantum fold saber? Like I'm I'm telling you guys, like they're gonna start rolling out a lot of these 40% traits. So I think people who went in ham for the double quanta is like, yeah, yeah, man. I'm just saying, like, there's just, it's not like, oh, like future prediction or whatnot. It's literally, they made it happen with what they did for the Shia Quanta and then the Helio. So I'm not gonna be surprised if they're not gonna continue with the trend of these 40% trade. But I would say in terms of the overall condition of like those 40% trade, they can varies because we have seen them add in two different types of effects in terms of like conditions. In terms of those wear tag, one of them is being dedicated to like the operator base, and then another, I forgot what was the other one is. No. I think the other one was like when you have type advantage over your enemy. So those are the two new type of condition we have seen so far. But do let me know what are your thoughts in between these two units over here. Are you guys excited for them to just kind of come around? I think a lot of people are more hyped for the Barbados. What is it? The dinosaur type, not dinosaur type, but the four-legged Barbados. I think a lot of people are gonna probably go for them once that drop. But if you guys are waiting for those, I'm pretty sure they're gonna start rolling out eventually, like slowly, throughout the course of the later half of the year, because that will be tied into the actual battle lock. But with that being said, this will be pretty much it for this. So just going over of what we have for upcoming events. I'll definitely do summons on both of these guys over here, but I'll definitely look into it just to see which one is the better type, better melee unit, because this time around we do have a double melee machine going on. So obviously, if people are smart with their hard chips, they're gonna try to pick one that is the better, or either you guys are going for like the performance type, or you guys are going for like the overall aesthetic of like something you like. But me personally, I usually go for something more of the performing types. As for like aesthetic, I think I would have enough parts to try to build something I like already. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, I like this unit better than the other one. So I'm more geared towards like some performing parts. So with that being said, this will be pretty much it for this overview over here, and then I will catch you guys on the next one.